You know, one thing that's sad. Um, there's no really, there isn't really any automotive journalism anymore, and probably like a lot of you, I grew up reading Road and Track. Like my mother subscribed to it for me, even boy, as a 12, 13, 14-year-old, and I just loved it, and I especially loved reading Peter Egan. And I recently, who is from Madison, Wisconsin, he's from Wisconsin too, and was at a used bookstore and I came across this beautiful book, which honestly they had very high price on, but I had to have it, and been reading it, and it's a collection of his writing from Road and Track, and they're just so enjoyable. And the experience of reading about cars is different than, I don't know, there's something different about it than YouTube, than watching Jason Camisa or Jay Leno or, God forbid, what's his name? Hoovie's Garage, which is like retrograde in a way, like, modern automotive YouTube isn't, getting views on YouTube with cars is different than really having a passion for cars and really loving cars and having taste in cars. And loving the little things, the little idiosyncrasies about cars, the experience of the projection, not just the car, but the car as it's superimposed on top of your life. And look at this. Someone loved Peter Egan so much that they stuck in this book, which ended up at this used bookstore, a perfectly cut clipping from Road and Track of his reflections on the Morgan Plus 4. And I've just been sitting around reading through it at nights when my daughter's reading her book too. It's it's sad that there isn't more automotive journalism, but in other news, I am tired and not in the best mood, but I don't have a cat, a girlfriend, a daughter, anything. I'm just sitting in this huge, beautiful house alone. And I did my actual job pretty well this morning, where I basically kind of sit in front of a SolidWorks workstation and I kind of conceptualize in real time and create products while kind of a manager from John Deere kind of basically chats with me and we just talk. Oh, that's not what we're looking for. That's a Saab 900. That's for a future video. I'm so tired of seeing people online talking about, and I have the same problem, like the lack of clutch travel and the inability to seemingly bleed the clutch on the Saab 900. I'm going to do in a couple of weeks, a massive expose where I go through bit by bit and just solve this once and for all. But this evening, I think I'm going to try and put this speedometer cable. It's almost too beautiful. I found this new old stock Saab 900 speedometer cable. How many more of these new in the bag or even exist in the world? I feel bad even using it, but my trusty white 900, my year-round daily driver that takes me everywhere. The speedometer has never worked. It just bounces around. Let's go drive it and let's show you. Situation. Oh my God. Driving to the office this morning. Office is quite literally 5 blocks from my home. driving 10 miles an hour here in Illinois. Of course, this officer sees my Wisconsin plates and he pulls me over for not having a seatbelt on. Which I believe in seatbelts, but, you know, give me a break sometimes. Yeah, absolutely give me a break. And I actually asked him, I said, you know, based on the evidence, I was like, you know, I'm a lifelong resident here, but based on the, you know, the number of times you guys have pulled me over, it almost seems like you guys are profiling me based on my Wisconsin license plates, my collector plates, which are forever plates in Wisconsin. It's a great deal. And so, oh, see, that's what you get right there. Okay, where it's all over the place. The odometer basically kind of works, but everyone tells me that the cable is the likely culprit, which I hope is the case. So, anyways, the cop pulls me over, writes me a ticket, which honestly was fine because the plate that I currently had installed on that car, technically, as I said before, is for a different car, which it is a valid plate, but anyways, yeah, so, you know, the situation could have gotten worse, but we had a nice chat, and he had a chuckle, letting me know that he was in fact profiling me based on my Wisconsin plates. So anyways, okay, so, you know, you look at it, okay, it does settle down right there. Oh, we're all over the place, but I'm gonna go grab a hot dog quick and think about things. Oh, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna tell you. So then I'm driving back from the office. I had kind of a creative day in SolidWorks today. And wouldn't you know, if the throttle cable doesn't just break off of on that Land Cruiser right at the gas pedal. I'm just like, come on. It's like, it's such a beautiful car, but like, it's just a basket case. And like, I'm gonna stick with it. It's been pushing my buttons, and I've been kind of having that feeling where I'm like, you know, I definitely have had the feeling where, well, boom, I'm not going to go the distance with the car. It's not a nice enough car to really do body work. It's gonna be a driver. I'm gonna drive it. I'm gonna enjoy it, and that's what it's gonna be. I do need to get it to the point where it doesn't really leak that bad. I need to do some crude body work just to keep it from excessively deteriorating. Oh, is this the cops? Hang on. Yeah, anyways. Alright, so we're going to grab a hot dog, and then maybe we're going to poke around and see how hard this cable is going to be to install. It is sad to know that you're installing, like, new old stock components make me sad, because you know that they'll never exist again. Just like you know that, like, really great old school automotive journalists like Peter Egan and what's her name, that woman that wrote for Automobile magazine, who passed away recently, they'll never be around again. And the reason why is that nobody is willing to consume good automotive journalism, and they're not willing to pay for it. Nobody's willing to pay for it, and that is sad. I wish there was like a great connoisseurs, like the New Yorker of automotive journalism. That's what we need. Like great writing that people pay for, not just like fast boy Honda Civic hatchback, blah 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 blah. Oh my God, dentists with their Porsche 911. No, the kind of, you know, publication where, like, for a guy with, you know, a TR6 or something. But anyways, hey, let's grab a quick hot dog before we look into this. Hey.
Hi there, sir.
Can I get 2 jumbo Chicago dogs with everything on them?
2 jumbo Chicago dogs?
Yeah, everything on them.
Everything on them, okay.
Yep, you bet.
Anything else?
On the green car that I put that modern classic Saab shifter on it, you know, it doesn't self-center the stick like this, which is indicative evidently of a bushing problem inside of here. So I ordered some parts from modern classic Saab earlier that I'm going to dig into with that. I'm doing another deal with Mateus in Poland. Big deal of parts, okay? We've got...
2 jumbos?
Yep. Thank you. 4 golf ball wheels, 2 brake calipers, old style of course, 2 front speaker grills, 2 front speakers, 2 rear speakers. Yeah. So I'm gonna put some really nice tires on those golf ball wheels and put them on this white 86 car. The green car is gonna stay stock with the standard US market turbo wheels of the era. It doesn't have that, the green car's too, you know, it doesn't have that early, wacky, you know, craziness of this white car, you know, the white car is about just embracing the Saab, joie de vivre. But the brake calipers are, which he says have been rebuilt already, are definitely going to be on the green car, which the calipers are in terrible shape. And as I've said in previous videos, the who has a working fuel level sender? Running out of gas. Yeah, I like how the low level light even comes on. So yeah, I'm gonna put the calipers on the green car. The speakers and the speaker grills are for this car. Look at how somebody cut holes in them for these aftermarket speakers. And then the rears don't work at all, so I'm gonna totally change all of that. I wish it didn't have this stupid JVC head unit in it. It's lame, but I have so many problems with cars right now. I just need to kind of pick my battles. And you know what? The speedometer is a battle that I'm kind of ready to fight. You can get, sometimes I kind of think, oh, 60 is kind of like 40 or whatnot, but yeah. We'll give it a go. Hopefully I don't have to take apart too much of the dash. Hopefully I don't have to take apart any of the dash. First things first. Ta-da! You know, the other day in Milwaukee, was at the grocery store on bike, and a fellow traveler hipster had a flat and did not have an inner tube or any ability to fix the flat, and I went way out of my way to give him a tube and to help him fix his bike, and I did it all for karma, and I'm about ready to have some of that karma flowing back my way. I think Jason Camissa and Jay Leno ever actually had to do this? Or do they just get to pontificate about cars on YouTube? Got that done, so time now for hot dog number 2. Lay off me, I'm hungry. The Chicago dog is a thing of beauty, but I will say, there are very few other regional hot dogs worth anything in the world. But recently being in Iceland, that Icelandic hot dog is with the crunchy onions, the weird sauce, it's like the bronze colored mustardy sauce. Ooh, really good. Daylight's in short supply today, so Let's see here. Where is the at? Oh, there's my cable, okay? And I can get a great view of where it goes right there. Oh, great. I see. Okay. Maybe it doesn't take very much. Let's get into this. Oh, damn it. Dropped a pickle. This exhaust system's holding up really well. Looks good. Nice job, Joe. Nice. Whatever. I'll stick one jack under here just for safety. I've got 2 jacks. And plus, then if you have 2 jacks, you only need 1 jack stand. I just created that formula. A little bit baffled why this bolt was on so tight right here, but man, that was really tight. Wow. That is a surprise. Did not expect transmission fluid to start coming out of here when I took that bolt out, but you know what? That actually makes sense. Okay. Ooh. Come on, guys. Really? Oh, God. Oh, God. Let's get that back in there. Okay. That stuff's expensive. Okay. Oh, boy. Which means fluid's probably going to come out up here, too. Don't you think? Maybe? Oh, God. We are armed with a tray now because I'm not really understanding what's happening here, but I thought this would screw off of here, but this whole thing is pulling out of here. And, okay. I'm guessing this has a lot to do with our problems. Because there's a gear. Okay. Okay, I need to think. Let's get this unscrewed. This is... that looks very old. It's just time to kind of figure out how to get this grommet out of here. See what's on the other end. Okay. So get this grommet out at the bulkhead. And I can see light through there, so I must be able to get on that from down there. Alright. We're gonna get real. Alright, I'm shining a light through the firewall, which is helping me identify where this cable is. And it's going there. Where are you going from there? To the speedometer, obviously. But, oh. Here's what we're gonna do, because I don't want to destroy this plastic piece right here. We are going to snip this cable. It is not going back on the car. It's done, so I'm simply going to cut it, okay? Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. It was incredibly tight to get this off of here. I would have never gotten it off without damaging the plastic piece on the car. Okay, now let's look at the cable and see how this mates up here before I go diving into the dashboard. Let's unbox the new old stock cable. Wow. Beautiful. We have at that end. This end is the business end down here. Okay, so let's attach it to this and see how everything kind of mates up. You can see the square receptacle down in there. So the plastic piece must just be held in by tension in the transmission, which seems a little bit surprising to me. Okay, the internet says that the way to get at this is actually through the left speaker grill, so we're going to take that out. Here, never actually had one of these out before. There we go. Whoa. Oh, I guess we've discovered why our speaker didn't work. Oh, and look at that. There she is. No problem. All right, Mateus, I guess I don't need that speaker anymore. Ha ha ha. Okay. Man, you can get at a lot of stuff through there. God, the internet is so awesome. Okay. Let's just go. How am I going to do that? I think we're going to just get the old clipperoo on that. Yep, sure enough, there she goes. What an angle. What an angle. Let's get a different tool. There's also that clip in there, down inside of there, that you gotta undo. I think we can just undo it from here, maybe? Yeah, I'll be able to get it from there. Yeah, okay, no problem. Okay, just a little tip. There's a clip that holds the speedometer cable. It's easier to get your arm up and do that from underneath here. Just kind of do a little backwards arch, get your face under here, reach in there. I was trying to go at it with these long pliers from up above, to no avail. Way better from underneath. Now we should be able to actually extract the cable. What is holding that in there still? Shouldn't be much. Let me come at it from underneath. Yeah, that, now she just comes right out. Yep. Come on out. Yep. There I go. Ah, the grommet. Hung up on the grommet. Oh, come on. Nothing on a car is as easy as they say on the internet. Okay. Failed to notice that there's another clip on the firewall right here that you need to get it out of. That's why I wouldn't pull through. And with that, I have extracted the old speedometer cable. You know, the sad part of this whole affair is that there's the real extant possibility that this won't even fix the problem, because the problem is actually the plastic piece. So I may have to come back in. Although the teeth on the little plastic gear seem okay. I don't know. We'll see. If you were an appropriately sized O-ring in this garage, where would you be? Oh. Would you be somewhere? I can take you off this engine. somewhere around here. Let's look. This one there. A oil drain plug would be really something obvious. Oh my god, what a mitzvah. I just found that used temperature control regulator for the Mercedes wagon that I wondered where it ever went years ago. So I do eventually, one day we will get to that, don't worry. Wait, another mitzvah. I forgot I ordered these new pedals from RBM. Oh, this I better just go right on and throw in because I need this spring on the green car. I cannot forget about that. Okay, so I haven't been able to find the correct part. So I've decided I'm just gonna install this thing in loose and then come back tomorrow and put the O-ring on. That way I'll be able to at least get 99% of this done and I'm not immobilizing the car in my driveway. Start by putting the grommet back on, I guess. Okay, I'm not gonna be too delicate with it. Okay, you are on. That foam stays. Alright, now let's fish this delicately down there. Or should I go up from the bottom? Loosely set that in there. You can see it coming in. Let's see if we can grab it from the top. And can I almost feel where I'm going with it? Can I use the camera as a tool? Let's see. Waiting. There's another trick. This latch that holds it on has a little clasp at the top for you to retain the latch up out of the way while you get this seated. That's a key point. Now if you zoom in, how can I zoom in here? What does it say here? I don't know. Well, anyways, let me come from this side. Zoom in right there, you can see that it's clasped out of the way. That will then allow me to easily get it on, I guess. Okay, I finally got the thing on. That was way too hard. So now, I guess we put the clips back on. Under here first. Actually, this pair of pliers, where I could go in and rotate it to find where the square seated from up top, proved to be very important. You're going to need something like that. This is a perfect pair. Push the grommet back in there. What are we going to use for the tool to get that back? Yeah, so after using like 3 different things, I finally got that grommet in. So that leaves us only to get this back in, which I'm going to re-clean it yet again. Might even just give it a little bit of white lithium. Just to, because I know what you guys are saying. You're saying, he's not going to come back and put that O-ring on. And if you think that, I'm going to kill you. As I put this back in, gotta find the spot and okay, that goes back in, and we're gonna have to turn the camera off for a second so I don't screw something else. I don't actually see any reason why this needs to be crazy tight. If it needed to be crazy tight, it wouldn't just have a thumb knurl on it, okay? It would have something else. So I'm just gonna get it snug, obviously, because I'm coming back to do the O-ring, and we'll call it good at snug. And it has another retainer on it. There she is. So now we're gonna finish off by dutifully spraying some anti-corrosion acid in some sensitive areas around the drive shafts, because why the hell not? This car has served me so well. Let's just turn it into black oxide if we can. Every little bit helps to make it survive. Okay. And I've had pretty good luck with this stuff, I gotta say. It takes iron oxide and turns it into this black phosphate kind of finish, right? And this one had such a leak over here from the power steering, it's been spared. Yeah. Not that bad under here for a winter driver. Alright, let's get it off the jacks. Let's see if I fixed it. Alright. What do you think, guys? Did we fix it? Some gas definitely spilled out. Some of my very precious gas because we don't have very much. Oh, I'm nervous. You know what? The speedometer doesn't seem bouncy. I don't know. Maybe it's doing nothing. Damn it. I don't know. Oh no. No. We didn't fix it. God damn it. Wait. I don't know. It's different. It's behaving differently, but it's just... Ah, god damn it. Well, you know... No, it's different. I don't know. Let's get on my phone and figure out what speed we're actually going. This might actually be... Yeah, that's the AC. Okay. This is better. No. No. Nope. Okay. Well, if anybody has any other ideas, let me know. Okay, so up to about 25 miles an hour, it runs very smooth, and then it starts getting all jumpy. Maybe the white piece is the problem. So in summary, I cured a lot of the jumpiness in the speedometer, but it is still inaccurate. So there's two problems going on. And I can kind of hear some kind of gear noise in the speedometer. Maybe you can hear it. You know, when you look at your life and there's all these intractable problems with business, with women, with relationships, with everything like that, you know, part of the thing, you know, you love about fixing a car, working on cars, is that it's tractable in the way that all of these other problems in your life are so intractable. And that's why, you know, you can get these little minor victories when you fix something. And it's so satisfying to fix something when so many things in your life are unfixable or seemingly unfixable. And it really is frustrating with something like what happened today, when you have high hopes that, you know, you're going to resolve a problem and that you fail. I mean, it becomes, instead of this, you know, counterpoint to your day-to-day life, it becomes something that kind of reinforces the rhythms of day-to-day life. But you know what? I'm going to try and get a good night's sleep, and you know, there's always tomorrow.